Chris, we'll go over this.
Lighter tender.
Okay. All right. Who can tell me? All right, hold this up, Skinny. We have what? We have a PISMO here. What's it stand for? Everyone. God damn, good. All right.
10-2.
All right, Skinny. All right, gang, we're going to start. Hey, Mike, do you want to do anything with this squad?
Bob, I asked Skinny, why are the fillets coming out so much wider? I mean, I've seen them now. They're this wide in a flattened out package. Why are they coming so much wider?
I'll tell you what. We'll save that for a parking lot. But real quick, we're in the beef. If you remember 2 years ago, that severe drought. Believe me, there is so much inconsistent right now in beef carcasses. It's the most I've ever seen in 44 years. Chris, we will put that on a parking lot, and we'll address that.
I don't know if anybody else sees that, but I mean, some of them I've seen are this wide. You know, like that.
This is a big thing.
All right, look at. All right, glad you brought that up. Look at this tenderloin here.
Huge.
At one time, 4.5, 5 pounds. What was the starting weight of that?
About 8 pounds.
121 ounces.
How much?
It's 121 ounces.
Okay, we have to agree. This is a huge tenderloin. All right, what's he doing right now? What's he removing?
7.5 pounds. 7.56 pounds. Wasn't it good, Mike? You have a calculator, okay? I know.
No,
you figured that out in your head.
That was in my. You ever see a beautiful mind?
Sean?
No, but I've seen Rain Man. Did you fart, Ray?
I definitely know this is a
Definitely.
I definitely know this is a
144 toothpicks. Teamwork, Cincinnati, Ohio. My underwear, Judge Wapner. 4 o'clock, Judge Wapner.
toothpicks. 246.
That's okay.
You'll know in a second that I can't.
Okay, Sean, you want to explain what do you take off here?
Chain.
What do we call that? Chain, or another name?
Side muscle. Oh, you should have kept that. Side muscle, yeah.
Sorry, I ruined your Black Panther party.
Okay, Skinny, you want to explain what you're trimming around the head?
Okay, we're just trimming some of the fat off the head here.
Then we can roughly show them where centers begin, where the head, where the mock center, and get a thorough understanding of the...
Where the silver skin is. The silver skin.
I mean, now this is a good cutter when someone can do this. I mean, why? What? You see what he's doing there?
Well, the customers think you do it just
What is
like
the one thing you can be telling?
They pull out a knife that they use for a screwdriver.
Yeah. What is your customer?
Scrape the gum off the floor.
Okay, here. Let's listen up.
Tips all broken off.
Exactly what you saw him there. Can you imagine whenever you go tell your customer, say they're cutting their own tenderloins? Okay, you saw it firsthand. If he gouged that meat with that silver, do you know how much it would cost? About $1 an ounce. It's anywhere right now from $1. I'd say what is $1.12 to about $1.32 an ounce.
Per ounce.
Pretty close, right?
It's cutting our team up right there.
$9 a pound. You figure $9.50.
Hey, Brian, take that fishing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that Brian Campbell.
Like a good trailer on a spinner, man. It's gonna flop like a tail.
I don't know. That stuff good for fishing?
Gotta be. You know, put the grill on there.
It's tough.
I'll tell you,
If I was a fish, I'd want to eat
It's
it.
tough. You ain't gonna break it.
you could tow a truck with that.
You got on the bottom of your
Okay.
shoes.
Everybody understand what he did so far?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Roll over. Here's all your belly fat.
That's pretty ugly.
I'll tell you, it's ugly, but you know what? If you cook a fillet, a lot of that renders right off. Wouldn't you say, Sean?
Yeah.
Well, you guys know Joe Fischetti. How many thousand tenderloins do you cook?
A lot. Every day.
A lot of that renders off, right, Joe?
Yeah, because they eat that every day. Yeah.
A lot of it.
I'll tell you, a lot of that, you know,
gristle in there,
See,
you
I
can't
could
chew.
tell you.
Sean,
What do we do with that?
explain how we further process.
So far, everything that's come off would go in the trim.
Trim bin,
Yeah.
except for the silver.
Except for
Oh,
silver.
that wouldn't go in our
Right.
beef random.
Sean, except for silver?
No, silver goes in there.
Silver goes in the trim bin? Really?
That's a byproduct for us to sell. The trim.
Yeah, I mean, you make cents a pound off it to cook. It has to go out. All the trim
It all goes
You don't
to
sell, we sell.
a cooking plant.
Yeah. And do you know why? Because that famous word, what, E. coli? You could sell it to a further processor. It's going to cook the meat, so there's no problem of, you know,
And we have to get
losses coming back.
certificates back proving that they did cook it too. So we have to make sure
On every batch?
On every load that goes out. Say if they receive 5,000 pounds, they have to send us a letter saying they received 5,000 pounds. Because he can't sell 100 pounds to his buddy down the road either.
Gotcha.
But it could take months too. Like if we sell it to them frozen, they might not use it for, you know, they pile it up and then they use it.
They're buying in advance.
They're buying from a bunch of people. It's
Rosina meatballs.
Pierre food.
KSC, Myers,
What do you make, a dog?
No, they make anything that's cooked, like cooked hamburgers, cooked chili meat,
I got you.
anything that they could cook.
No, do they further clean it at all, or they go straight from there to...
That part I don't know. I think they just do
That makes great meatballs.
Yeah. Okay, hey, let's stay on focus. Come on, stay on focus so we get out of here on time. Okay.
Amen.
Okay.
So that's all
So once
you're
we get
selling?
it all cleaned off, who knows what this is called now?
Ready
Ready roast.
Ready roast.
Okay.
That same thing they call butcher ready. 48.9% usable product.
What part is this? All
Yeah.
right. Cool. So,
Which point towards the ass? Just saying.
there's Baz.
Hey, stop it.
Shady, take note of that. You need to ask the question.
Okay, Skinny, you want to show me?
I'm a rookie, huh?
He'll start cutting out. He's going to come up with head steaks first, and he'll get into mock center.
Okay. So what we're going to do is first we're going to square this up, and this is going to be tips.
You try and
What
flop
was the
that
weight
little
on
piece
the
off right there.
This little piece. Yeah, you
Now, see
can.
that piece in there? Isn't that going to be tough as shoe leather to chew? That little piece in there?
Take a chew on it, see. Steak tartare.
Yeah, but I mean, you have like that sinew in that, and then that's you really.
Yeah. I mean,
right.
usually we.
All right, now it's tender.
There, now.
You want that in portion too, or what?
No credit needed now.
Now I need it.
Okay, so then we're going to come in here and we're going to get a medallion. It's either going to be 3 ounce or 4 ounce medallion, depends on the tender. Okay, so we got a 2.7, that's 3 ounce medallion. So then we're going to go end to end with this for 8 ounces.
What are they doing? Call them out.
12, 50.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay, now, so when you get two heads,
First one was
so
7.6.
we're only going to get 2 8-ounce heads off there, okay? So now you see what we're into? See that piece?
It's a little weird.
So that's where we're going to come in and take that out.
And that's pretty
Medallion's
standard.
gonna be a
Most
medallion?
only two.
It's going to be tipped because
Every
it
once in a
doesn't
while you
weigh,
get an
right?
extra one.
If it would have weighed 3 ounces, it would have
Could've made a medallion.
We could have made a medallion out of it.
Skinny, Chris asked a question. Usually on a tenderloin, how many head steaks average?
Unless that thing's
If it's
huge.
going to be an 8 ounce, it's going to be roughly 2. 6
Sometimes we won't even get
6 we can get 3, yeah. Depends on the tender. Sometimes they're, like you said, if they're smaller, we're going to get 1.
Okay, he'll get into a mock center, semi-center. Show them where that cut comes out of. Whenever they get a mock center.
A mock?
Well, a semi-center.
Can't really do
Yeah,
it now.
we took the head off.
I already took it off. We need another one to do that.
if he would have had an order for the semi, he would have cut it different to get that semi.
It's a little tender. We're going to get probably, we're getting 3 8s. Well, this could have been an 8. Okay, now we're getting here. Now if I had cut that an 8, you see what I'm going to be. I'm going to be down here.
You're going to have a volcano.
And my tender's going to be there. So I'm going to take this, probably the last one that I can cut, which is a 6. And then we're going to do medallions, 4 ounce medallion, and then probably, we still could get another 4 ounce out of that one. And then this is just tips.
And see, the customers expect this to be, all of them to be like that, and they're not going to be. I mean,
No, they're not going to be, because
You won't get that on a medallion cut.
medallion is
One's going to take for
byproduct. Basically, you got to train them as a
well,
byproduct.
they always tell you it looks like a little volcano. Well, of course, because it goes down to the tail.
The thing
And
is, you
your
saw
center
it
cuts-
firsthand, what you're up against when you sell a medallion. That's what you get. Right there, you'll see it firsthand.
This is your
Well,
center cuts.
Kirchy's Cutting, they give customers 3 of those medallions in a pack. They give them, they pack like a package
Like a
of 3
sleeve
or 4 of
pack.
them. There's 4 little medallions in a pack. and they sell them for 12 something a pound.
1, 2,
But they sell lots of them out
5,
there, Bob.
5 sticks.
But the biggest thing when your customers, when they're telling you they're getting all center cuts, check those heads out. They got, if they will have that line in there, you know it's a head, or if it has that dip. Like this one don't have much of it, it just has that little bit.
Yeah.
So you got 4 true centers that are 8 ounce, 1 6 ounce, and then 2
I would have
head
loved to have seen the semi-center, where that would have come from.
The semi-center is going to come out of these heads. So all you're basically going to do is you have to roll it, like this piece here.
Right.
You're going to bring my knife in and we're going to roll it. So what you're going to get is that. It's going to look like
A center.
Second head off and then cut it out.
yeah. Basically, you're going to come in like that. What it's going to look
So
like.
that would be the semi-center right there.
Yeah. So I can get, instead of 2 heads, I'll pull 2. Well, 1 8 ounce. I'm only going to get 1 8 ounce semi-center. Unless I was doing a 6, I could probably still squeeze 2 6s out, because that's probably...
Okay, what was the weight on the
7.5.
lock?
We're going to get a rough thing. Here's what a head steak looks like Kryvac, right there. Remember, pat it on the table?
Yeah, I
See,
missed that.
this is what to look for. That's where you see what a head steak is, right there. But I'll tell you something, if I was in a restaurant today, I'd be getting my tenderloins cut end to end. Head steak, you can learn to work around that. You just help save your customer, reduce their costs.
I think, Bob, that's why I think a lot of times we're $1.50 or $2 a pound higher, because that's what they're selling. Well, you know
But
that.
when we go end to end, do we go into this though? The medallion cuts. If we're,
Yeah, I would have probably squeezed that last one out.
If they're going to go on smaller size, Anthony, if it can't meet an 8 ounce.
If it's not going to, if it's not going to make it...
They're not.
When you get an
cut
order
it
for
in
end to end, do you save all the Pismos and just make true end to ends, or do you?
Yeah, I would just do exactly what I just did. I just cut it straight down end to end.
Okay.
Depends on how many they want.
But then what the weight was, how much the weight was.
An 8 ounce cut. You're only going to get
That's what I got.
Greg's gonna have
4, 5, 6, 7. 7, 6.
If we're going in
And then what are you doing with this?
And this is just called medallions. And so
You're giving them
They haven't
medallions?
been under here. I just keep saving my medallions all day.
If it's a starting weight,
End to end,
those
you
are
wouldn't give them the
medallion
medallions,
No.
right?
So if you're
No,
saying
you just
end to
get
end,
End to end, you get head steaks and center cuts. That's it.
What was,
Send-all, you're thinking send-all, yeah, you're going to get all of this.
so we're not doing send-off.
We're not doing send-off, but why I'm suggesting, sell a customer an end-to-end. He's going to get 2 head steaks, but he's going to get 4 or 5 centers. He's not going to get those real small torpedoes.
End to end, I'm only going to go as far as whatever ounce you
What
want.
ounce he
5,
wants.
6, 8.
Then you pull
I got
another
So
tender out.
end to
Yeah,
end.
that's why you can save
Do
the
another
customer money.
tender,
It's a very
go
good
to another
sell.
tender and do the
But
same
explain, they're going to
thing.
get 2 steaks like this.
The other thing you can see here,
All right,
the
listen up.
bigger the steak is, the lower yield you're going to get, because if we were doing end-to-end 4 ounce, it would have been all those include, you could have gone all the way down. If you're doing like a 10 ounce,
Yeah.
you're going to stop
So maybe
short
the
and
answer
you're-
like Montour's end to end.
That's why I'm suggesting, that's why I took a
And
few
then
minutes to
5
show
ounce,
you
you'd
guys.
get, what, 12, 13 steaks out of a 5 ounce.
Yeah, but, yeah.
It'll be a 12
You get
steaks.
16 steaks if I went 4 ounces.
But remember, they're going to be thin.
that's why we,
Okay.
so part of that would be when we do our menu analysis and we understand what our customers are looking for. And one of the reasons we like to do this exercise, is a great discussion going on with this, is that we just like to talk to our customers. No one's going to have a cutter like this in their kitchen, right? No one's going to be able to get this kind of yield. Typically, as you guys have, I mean, you guys were joking about it, right? You guys are using a screwdriver to pull the silver skin off, or he's got a dishwasher there to cut the beef, or he's spending, if it is the chef or the owner, they're spending 6 hours a week doing this. So, one of the things you can talk to your customers about is buying a cut steak, improving the quality of their life, because they don't have to deal with it, improving their yield a little bit, and I think we're going to quickly kind of do the math when we take the usable steaks and divide it into the weight, and we'll see that it's actually pretty comparable when we talk about buying cut steaks from stockyards.
And Greg, one other very important thing, inventory control. They know how many they bought, they know how many they're going to have to serve. Okay, we
So
can
what's
maybe...
the tolerance? Meat cutter tolerance on an 8 ounce?
2 tenths.
What is it?
2
Half ounce.
tenths. Half
All
ounce?
right,
Guys, I think they
Could
can
you
do
weigh
that
the
for us.
waste? I just want to see what it is. Yeah, how much that weighs.
A weight on those now. Skinny, you want to get a weight on everything over here.
42 ounces.
I mean, if you count the beef tips too, you can't count you can't count the beef tips as
Usable product, not steak.
Well, they say usable steaks though.
Yeah, usable steaks, you're only looking at right here. These are medallion, this is byproduct, this is byproduct.
That's where that 54% comes in.
Yeah.
If you're doing it wrong, I mean, you can get the big bucks on the menu for that, but you can still do kebabs out of this and make good money.
This is the thing, they have to
Okay,
be
let's
able to
get
use
moving along.
this.
We'll keep
They can't use
the
this.
schedule. Skinny, if you want to just get a weight, the heads and the, Ray, you'll fix that weight up.
They don't think of that being 4 pounds, or 3 pounds.
Have you got the weight on it? Right.
They don't
Okay. All right.
You need that?
Nah, we're good, Skinny.